The Magic Show is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, and check this out. On February 5th and 6th, the StarCityGames.com Open Series returns to Indianapolis, and this event is going to be huge. We're talking hundreds of players, over $17,000 in cash prizes for the Standard, Legacy, and Draft Opens, 18 SCG Invitational slots up for grabs, SCG Players Club benefits, live coverage courtesy of SCG Live, tons of side events, and as much Magic the Gathering as we can pack into one weekend. So make plans to join StarCityGames.com in Indianapolis, and we'll see you there. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is our Mirrodin Besieged set review. I'm Evan Irwin.
Steve Sadin.
That's right, and we're now going to work through the first section of the artifacts. This is A through M. We're going to get started off with the oh-so-exciting Bladed Sentinel.
Pretty generic card, doesn't really bring that much to the table. Let's take a look at Blightsteel Colossus.
So about that Blightsteel Colossus.
Yes. This is not generic at all.
Is this the BS Colossus?
So it's been called. Also the One-Shot the Robot.
One-Shot the Robot. Now, for me, I love this card. I think this card is sweet. I think this card is iconic. I think in 10 years, we're going to remember this card, and this card will be a defining moment for Magic. I just, how much more evocative can you get?
Yeah, it might be a little bit too expensive for limited, but, you know, go back to vintage, people are going to be busting this out on turn one all the time.
If you happen to find a Japanese foil version of this in the street, keep it. Just a hint. Now, Bone Horde is my sleeper rare of the set.
This card is good.
You will see this card in Constructed, I'm telling you. You know why? Because of one card, and that is Stoneforge Mystic.
You know, I think this card is good even without Stoneforge Mystic.
And that's you know, and it absolutely is. First of all, it only equips for 2. I want you to pay attention to that because you're playing it for 4, but you're equipping it for 2, and it can be +X, +X. So Stoneforge Mystic, at the end of your turn, puts into play like a 7/7, and then you kill it, and then you just pay 2 more mana, and then you have like an 8/9 with the Stoneforge Mystic equipped. Like, really?
Yeah, I think I could deal with that.
This is a bad thing. How? Don't think so.
Brass Squire. You know, this card does some really nice things in limited.
Yeah, this card is going to be, and also like how they made it a 1/3, which doesn't really encourage you to attack with it as much as hold it back, so you can do crazy, tricksy things, moving your equipment around wherever you need it.
You've got some cool living weapons that are pretty hard to, you know, equip, pretty expensive to equip.
Argentum Armor.
Oh yeah. Skin Wing. Boom.
There you go. So Copper Carapace, I think, is a real skill tester.
Oh yeah. This card helps with Metalcraft, but it's even better. Infect decks.
It really is. Like, this is a card I feel like is just ripe for Infect. Even though it has the Mirrodin symbol, that's where it belongs.
Core Prowler. Speaking of Infect.
When you're at 9 Infect or when you're at 9 counters for poison, this is not the card you want to see.
Nope. Darksteel Plate.
Indestructibility is so cheap. Is it me? It's just God and cheaper.
No, it used to... Indestructibility used to mean something. Now, just kind of throw it around all over the place. It doesn't matter.
Everything like exiles, everything takes away, you know, temporarily. I mean,
you put -1/-1 counters, whatever.
Yeah.
Decimator Web, on the other hand, not something you see every day.
Decimator Web is really cool because you actually sort of learn the definition of decimate by reading the card. To decimate something is to remove it by 1/10, which means 1/10 of your life, 1/10 of your poison total, and 1/10 of your deck. And that's exactly what it does.
It's a good SAT word.
It's great.
Dross Ripper, he's a little bit more than a Hound Dog.
He's a pumpable Hound Dog. Flayer Husk is the card that you pick up to set yourself up for Trinket Mage in Scars.
Pay it forward.
Yep, I love that ability.
Gust Skimmer. I like this card. It's my kind of limited card. I really like to play decks like Blue-Red Beatdown. This is exactly what I want to have.
This is perfect. Yeah, for that. I mean, I just feel like Gust Skimmer is an aggressively costed, like, fast aggro creature, and in a format in which one of the decks only has to deal you sort of half the damage, you need guys like these who are sort of pushed to get you there. Now, Hexplate Golem, just
too expensive, but
the sickest art. I love the art. How cool is it? He's just picking up the dirt and like sticking it on him so we can go battle. That's freaking sweet. How sweet is that? That's awesome.
Ichor Wellspring. This card is much better than it might look like at first glance.
Yeah.
Limited, helps with Metalcraft.
Yep.
Doesn't cost you a card. Constructed, you can do some pretty sweet things with this.
Time Sieve love this card in Constructed. But for me, like in Limited, I feel like this goes in every deck. If you have this in your Sealed, you play it. If you have this in Draft, you play it. You don't not play it. It does everything. And with a card like Throne of Geth, it's just beautiful.
Oh yeah, even if you're playing an Infect deck, you're like, well, I don't really have many uses for these artifacts, except
Except this one. So, Knowledge Pool is the most complicated card ever.
All right, now if I could understand what it did a little bit better, I think that I might be able to recognize some of the applications for it.
So we're playing it, we're exiling cards, I'm playing stuff, he's playing stuff, but what if I splice while I play?
Look, we got to call Svi for this one.
And then I buy back?
We got to call Svi.
Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, next. Lumen Grid Gargoyle is a 6-mana 4/4 flyer.
I like that. Magnetic Mine?
Magnetic Mine is a fine card.
It's hard to use, though.
That is not very easy to find a home. Now, they made it cost 4 for a reason. I look at this card and I go, you know, I'm thinking of like a 3-mana, sort of an Ankh of Mishra feel here, but
it's strange. Like, you're playing limited, you're playing an Infect deck, you don't really care about dealing them damage. You're playing Metalcraft, you have all these artifacts. What you've got to be playing, you know, like a dinosaur deck,
hey,
which I love.
Good old Tyrannaxes. They'll get you there. Now, Mirrorworks, however, just feels like the Karn Commander deck wanted this card to be made. Like, dear WotC, you know, somebody's scribbling. Could you please create an artifact that lets me copy my artifacts? Love Karn players. The end. That's what they did. It's great.
Mortipod. Oh, so nice.
So sick.
Kills a mirror. Kills a mirror smith. Kills an ember smith. Kills a plague stinger.
I love the evocativeness of this card. This card is so amazing. Like the art, I love the art. I love the idea this germ came out with this sort of gun attached and then you just like shoot the guy out of it. Like that's brilliant. It does exactly what you want it to do in terms of how Living Weapon should work. You know, like Infect wants this card so bad.
Oh, geez. If you're playing Infect, bang, 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 out of here. Mirror Sire.
Should have been called Penumbra Mirror.
Speaking of which, goes nicely with Mortipod.
Sure does. And Mirror Sire, I mean, I feel like, and you're moving right into the Mirror Turbine, in which if you tap a Mirror Sire and 4 of his buddies, you go get the Battle Sphere.
That can be, that can definitely be something.
That can be, I mean, I remember when I used to pay 5 mana for my 1/1 Mirror. Kids these days, spoiled.
Mirror Welder. Alright, now, interestingly, this can target any artifact card, not just artifact creatures. So, you know, your Mirror Turbine hits the bin, no problem.
He can have all the activations of a Mirror Turbine. Like, that's why I feel like Mirror Welder is a great example of how freeform artifact cards are and how you can just sort of stick things on them and they do these interesting things that aren't colored cards or what colored cards can't do. And that's what Mirror Welder tells me. So that is part 1 of our Mirrodin Besieged artifacts review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys here next time for part 2 where we go over the rest of the artifacts and I'll have a special guest with me to go over my top 10 lists for Mirrodin Besieged.
Always like the fatties.